when you love this, or this, oh, that's a deep burn. Then you've got to get good at things like this, or this. And this week has been a really, really hard week for the both of us training wise, so I'm gonna really need to nail it on the foam roller. And then I thought, well, what better time to make a video about how to foam roll, because I've made ones on why, but I've never really done one on the technique of how. So I need to just finish off this half marathon, and then I'm gonna go through it with you. That was maybe one of the hardest half marathons we've done this year so far mentally, but I do need a monster foam rolling session. And what I thought I would do, like I said, is I'll take you along foam rolling and I'll tell you the muscles I'm targeting, how I'm targeting them, and why I'm targeting them. I said targeting a lot, so you know when you're not sure that targeting is actually a word anymore, but that's what I'm going to do, so let's do it. Okay, it's time. This is foam rolling in real time. I'm not going to hide any of my pain, and yes, it does hurt sometimes, but we'll get onto that in a little bit. I'm going to give you the techniques that I use in order to foam roll, and I'm just going to, before we do it, tell you about what foam rolling actually does. So, think of it like this. Do you like sausages? I mean, some of you that watch might be vegans or vegetarian, but I really like sausages, so have that in your head. The muscles in your body are surrounded by a layer of fascia. In fact, fascia basically covers all of our organs, all of our muscles, all of our everything. It's like the skin on a sausage, it covers it. So when you hear the word myofascial release in relation to foam rolling, what it's actually saying is it helps loosen up and release tight muscles, knots in muscles, and the fascia around the outside. It promotes blood flow to the fascia and the muscles, and in general terms, it makes you more flexible and less injury prone, all of those things. But you already know that because everyone talks about foam rolling. Let's actually talk about how to foam roll. Now, I always start from the ground up, and that means from the lowest muscle in the body, and then I move my way up the body. Okay, so ground up. And I like to work in a 3 technique, which is rolling, spans, stretches. Let's talk about rolling. So let's start with the calf, and this is going to be a pattern, by the way, in general with the whole body and all of the muscles, is the calf is actually not just the calf. It's not just one muscle. There's quite a lot of stabilizer muscles and 2 major muscles called the gastrocnemius and the soleus. But we roll it like this. I tend to put my foot over the other foot to add a little bit of pressure, but if you want to, when you start, you can put your foot on the floor. And all we do is, this is the rolling segment. And as you can see, I'm actually holding myself off the floor, my bum's off the floor and my hands are on the floor, and I'm just rocking myself back and forward, only rolling quite a small part of the calf. And every time I find a tight spot, like there, I do something that they call spans, which is a stop, and I go sideways, nice and slowly, over that tight spot until the pressure seems to or feels like it alleviates. That's called spans. And finally, once you've rolled and spanned, and if the muscle feels tight in other places, you could also try stretching. And the way to stretch the calf while your leg is on the foam roller is just bring your foot up towards you and then point it out. And I can really feel that on my calf on the foam roller. So we have rolling, spans, and stretching. Okay, let's talk hamstrings. They're the muscles in the back of your leg, and again, actually, they're 3 muscles, not 1. The hamstrings is a group of muscles. And again, the way that we roll that is we just put our leg on top. You could do it with 2 legs and do it at the same time, but I tend to find I don't get enough pressure on the hamstrings at this point. So I cross my legs, just 1 hamstring. This is the first one. So I roll. When I find a tight spot, I span. And it's important to remember, like I say, it's 3 muscles. So then I'll change the angle on the back of my leg. and I'll roll there as well. So I'm trying to hit the muscle or the group of muscles from all of the different angles I can on the back of my leg. I can change there as well and get the inside of the back of the leg to hit the hamstrings. Every time there's the tight spot, span over. Ooh, tighty. This is real-time stuff. This is actually happening because I am feeling this. And before we move on, it's worth saying here the bit about the pain. Obviously, you can see me demonstrating pain in my legs. The foam roller doesn't cause the pain, it alleviates the pain, but the pain is there. And actually, it used to be a lot more painful when I started foam rolling, but the more regularly you do it, the pain subsides over time. Your body gets used to it and there's less knots and sore muscles to roll over. So don't worry about the pain in the early days. It's gonna happen, but it does die down if you do this regularly. And now to the muscles on the front of your leg called the quadriceps, and it should probably give you a clue, quad 4. So there's 4 muscles in this muscle group. The quads isn't just one muscle, it's 4 to hit. So again, I like to start on the outside. Oh, hello. I'm right near you, aren't I? And then I change angle to slightly more inside. Oh, there's the soreness today. Oh, cheeky. You can even stretch that muscle by bringing your leg up and back down whilst you hold the pressure on the foam roller. The IT band's a funny one. If you've ever heard anyone tell you that you need to stretch the IT band, it's not going to happen. The IT band is about as stiff as a truck tyre and about as flexible as such. But it doesn't mean that you shouldn't roll the area, because as we know now from foam rolling, it improves blood flow to the area as well, and there are muscles in the region of the IT band. So they often say it's on the side of your leg here and it connects the hip down to the knee, but it is super inflexible, so there's no point in trying to loosen the IT band up as such, but you can loosen the area up. There is always benefit to just rotating around the entirety of the leg, that's for sure. Be careful not to go over the hip or over the knee. And now it's time for the hips, and let me tell you something, the hips don't lie. Well, mine certainly don't. This is where I feel the majority of my tension is just in this area, just at the top of the quads, around the hip joint. I feel it right there. I like to span over that. And finally is the glutes, or as we like to call it in this house, the bum bum. But again, the glute muscles, as you've probably realised throughout this whole process, the glute is not just your bum muscle. There are a number of different muscles that make up the glutes. So again, you have to make sure that you hit the glutes from lots of different angles. And what I like to do is, the glute that I'm working on, I fold my leg over, I put my foot on the other knee, and that just gives it that extra stretch whilst you're rolling it there. Oh, see, I can really feel that. Oh, there we go. That is super tightness. Look, I'm not gonna lie, there are a ton of videos out there on the internet for you to look into if you wanna look at foam rolling. This is just the way that I do it based on the knowledge that I have, but you might find someone more knowledgeable, so go and search around. But I keep to the very simple principles of roll, span, and stretch. These, for me, are a lifesaver. I couldn't be without it. Just remember, change the angle, the hamstrings, the quadriceps, the glutes, the calves. They are not just one muscle, they are groups of muscles, so it's best to hit them at all angles. That's just my top tip there. And in terms of frequency, how often would I do this? I kind of do this 3 to 4 times a week. I'll do it while I'm watching TV or maybe just before I go to bed. And in terms of on each muscle group, I maybe spend about 2 or 3 minutes really on the hamstrings, same with the quads, same with the glutes. It doesn't have to be a long session, but I like to be able to hit all of the angles, so I give it a few minutes on each muscle group, and that seems to do the trick for me quite nicely. And this particular one is called the Trigger Point foam roller because it's a grid foam roller, but there are loads of foam rollers out there on the market, all reasonably priced, all do a good job. I just like the ones with the nodules here because they're a little bit like thumbs getting into the muscle, but there's lots out there. Let's sum it all up in the only way we know how, and a segment I think everybody's starting to fall in love with. Boom! We are back for a segment that people have. It's actually becoming a thing where I think soon actors are going to be contacting us and want to play us in a film where they just sit in a car.
I wasn't expecting that level of energy.
Peter Kay based the whole thing that he did off of this that came after. Welcome, Mary, to I can only imagine the special effects I've put on that.
Wow. I'm saying wow, I don't know what it looks like.
Neither do I, but I can imagine it. Welcome back to Car Chat. We missed it out in the week. We had to replace it with House Chat for sheer, we hadn't been out in the car for sheer circumstance, really. We're just going to talk quickly about why grid foam rolling is a thing for us. I mean, it's no great shakes. It's not going to surprise you. It's because we train a lot and we get knots in our muscles, and it's another way of being able to dig out those knots, especially at the moment when we're not able to get massaged, right? Okay there.
I've got a lot of froth to get through to get to the coffee.
Oh dear.
Yeah, one thing I never used to know about the grid foam roller is like pausing on a spot and going side to side. That's a new thing I do, which has taken it to a new level. Yeah,
and it's very handy. And to be honest with you, I would look up Brad and Bob because they are amazing YouTubers. They're so much fun, and they talk a lot about cross-friction massage that you can do with your thumbs as well yourself. So that's another way of getting even... Are you okay?
So hot.
It's the way of getting even deeper into the muscle. Onto some really exciting news. I've been able to donate twice now to the Sam West Foundation from the money that I have earned on AdSense through the ads on the YouTube channel. I'm giving every penny that I earn for the entire year to the Sam West Foundation, and I thought you might like an update. So the first month I was able to donate £155 from the AdSense money. Second month, £170. So in total, I'm not a maths teacher, but I know that it's over £300 something. I mean, off the top of my head, it's about 320 something, isn't it? But that's really, really encouraging, and that is thanks to everyone engaging with the channel, commenting, helping us reach more people, and just being part of this journey that we're on. So it's nice to be able to give back, and this is our way of doing that.
And that's such an important charity, and
it's
great.
Close to my heart, so and it really means something to me. So what else is coming up, Mary? We've got some really good things. Mary's going to try and redo her 5K soon, I think. We're just going to see where we're at. I think we probably needed another training block, but we pivoted into ultra marathon training. We've got races coming up. We've got our move to Thailand coming up. Loads coming up, basically, is the message that we're trying to convey to you here. Really exciting times ahead. I just got a feeling, just need a couple of good videos to pop and this channel is going to go.
Oh, we're going to enter some races this afternoon.
And we're going to enter some races this afternoon, and we'll share them with you very soon. I hope that this video has helped you. At the very least, I hope it hasn't hindered you. And I will see you in the next video, which will be Sunday, which will probably be Mary's 5K attempt.
Oh gosh, wish me luck. It's hard.
See you there.